All right, Waddle. I think we're rolling. Me and Waddle, Sylvie, Sylvie, and everyone else is going to join a little bit later. We're thinking. So,
Oh, I think
um,
Sylvie's at the game with his son Braxton.
ooh,
So I think that you probably not. You probably he and his son are probably going over to one of the local establishments to have a
there you
couple
go.
of cold ones to celebrate. Which was, I said to you, Jack, that was as perfect of a game played as I think I've seen all year long.
Yeah, the bullpen was perfect.
Yeah,
Palencia was great. Pomeranz was great. That was the bullpen pitched extremely well. The defense was good again. From a defensive perspective, yeah, and the 2 home runs off of the starter that was huge as well. I was a little surprised the Cubs pulled Boyd as early as they did. I know it's third time through the order, but his splits third time through haven't necessarily been horrible. So I was a little bit surprised by that. What'd you think about that?
I think when it works, you say, "Hey, good decision." When it doesn't work, you probably grumble and you pitch a fit. But I think it was a really good day for everyone involved, including Craig Counsell. I'm with you. I understand why you would make that statement that maybe they pulled him a little quickly, but it worked, right? And the righty lefty matchups favored the Cubs pitchers all day, like you said. I don't think they didn't give up a hit, did they? I think they were perfect, 11 for 11.
No.
The batters.
I'm looking at the box score right now. No hits against the relievers. Palencia, Pomeranz, Kittredge,
No
Keller.
walks,
No walks, no base runners
no
against the
base runners.
relievers. Palencia
So
was electric
yeah,
again,
he
which
was. He
was
was.
great.
Yeah, because you give him the ball again. Like I said, I mean, I give Craig Counsell a lot of credit for the decisions he made. Now, again, it's it's a hindsight type of reaction. When it works, everyone is excited. But to give Palencia the ball when he did, I thought it was right. When was it? It was in the sixth inning, or was it like one out in the sixth?
No,
One,
1 out in the 5th inning. He
one out
gave
in
him the
the fifth.
ball. Boyd was only at, I believe, 58 pitches when he
Yeah.
pulled him, and he went with Palencia, and he got that's because it reset the order. So
Yeah.
Tatis was up for the third time, and he pulled Boyd as soon as the third time through the order came
It
through,
worked.
and Palencia came in and absolutely dominated.
Yeah. I mean, so like to answer the question, yeah, I think it was the right decision because it worked out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it goes. We respond to how the guys perform. I thought it was a good day. I thought it was a good day all around for everybody. They would have liked to have had more hits. What did they end up with? 4 or 5 hits?
6 hits for the Cubbies. Horner had 2. Suzuki had the homer. Kelly had the homer. Bush had the blue base hit. Swanson had that nice single late in the game too. Only 6 hits. PCA went 0 for 3 again with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He couldn't
He
hit.
looked overmatched. He looked overmatched a bit. Look, I thought Pivetta was. I mean, he was cruising and he was getting a bunch of swings and misses with that high fastball. And I saw Jesse Rogers doing the interview with your catcher, whose name's escaping me right now because I'm in football mode right now, Carson Kelly. And he just basically, they make an adjustment. And, Pivetta was mowing guys down. And all it took was two big flies to change the entire momentum of that baseball game. So it was fun to watch. And also, it was a 2 hour and 15-minute game, so hey,
that's what happens when there's only like 9 hits in the game. It works out like that.
You have to be thrilled. You have to, I mean, as one of the biggest Cubs fans that I know, I mean, you come out of that game feeling not just great that you won, but great about how everybody played. You're not wringing your hands.
The bullpen's what stands out to me because that was all of our big complaint at the deadline, right? That the Cubs needed to solidify more at the back end of the bullpen. If Palencia looks like that for the entire playoffs, which hasn't necessarily been a guarantee because sometimes the control's wonky, but if he looks like that for the entire playoffs, that's a shutdown guy. And he gave you more than 1 inning too. Which hasn't happened before. What's up, Chris?
Hey, it's baseball, Chris.
What's up, guys? Watching some baseball. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, but if Palencia looks like that and can give you more than 1 inning and turns into like a multi-inning guy, that's ridiculous. That's a huge weapon for the Cubs. And he hasn't gone. I think they said it's the 3rd time he's gone multiple innings this year, and he looked solid in both of the innings he went. He didn't miss a beat.
As you can imagine, Chris, Jack's got his cubby chubby working full time right now. And why not? I said to Jack, that's as complete and almost perfect of a postseason game to play. So,
yeah, I mean, Jack was pretty fired up earlier. Did he sing for you yet, Waddle?
No,
he was singing for us.
Chris and Adam refused to sing "Go Cubs Go." They refused to sing the song.
That's all you. That's for
I was
you to
saying,
do.
go Cubs, go Cubs, go. They won a playoff game.
I agree with Waddle. That was a perfect
Perfect
game.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect weather. The vibes were crazy. You can't ask for anything more. And
Yeah, you got
essentially
clutch.
tomorrow, send Shota out there tomorrow and move on to the next series, right?
Yeah, you got 2 clutch home runs when you needed it after Pavetta was just mowing guys down. Played great defense. I thought the game kind of turned as well early when I believe the Padres had a runner on third with 1 out twice, and in both situations they failed to score a run. Good defensive plays by Dansby Swanson, I think, in both situations. So you got a bullpen that was perfect. You got big hits when you needed them. You had great defense. It's kind of how this Cubs team was built, right? I mean, they were built, and they have fluctuated. They've ridden the roller coaster, but certainly the defense has been hallmark of this team's success this year.
What bad base running by Manny Machado not to score on that pop-up to Dansby Swanson. He has to score on that, especially when the team is playing small ball to begin with. First off, I couldn't believe they bunted with Jackson Merrill, their 4-hitter, in that situation that early in the game.
Nobody out on first.
Which shows you how much they respect the Cubs pitching. That and Matthew Boyd, though, because they didn't think they thought they needed to use small ball to scratch across just a few runs against him. I couldn't believe that, and that's a horrible play by Machado not to score on that. He has to, because that could have been a huge difference later in the game, and he made a bad base running play. I'll take it as a Cubs fan, but that's a bad base running play, bad baseball play.
Interesting. It was fun. It was a fun game to watch for sure.
I'm scared of Mason Miller.
Chris, it was an economical game too, as it was played in like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you guys are saying. Like they were efficient, great defense, which I think the way to win in the postseason, you're gonna have to hit home runs. But if you can't get the bats going, you have to play perfect ball as far as defensively goes. And then they got the starting pitching today. The bullpen was great. And even though the Padres got to their pen, like at that point in the game, it didn't matter. You had the lead, your pen held, and that's just kind of how it went.
This I'll give you another highlight for just how sound baseball, how sound the Cubs were today. And you expect it from Jack's favorite player, Nico Hoerner. But when their reliever in the top or the bottom of the eighth threw the wild pitch so the runners could advance, at that point, Nico knows, and I think it was Ben McDonald who was doing the color commentating, said Nico knows at the dish he's not going to get one of those, those tight sliders or whatever that goes outside the zone. He knows he's going to throw the ball somewhere close to the plate because if another one gets by, the run's going to score. So basically all Nico was trying to do, knowing that ball wasn't going to be thrown low and outside and moving away from him, is get the bat on it and get it out to the outfield to get the runner home. And it's just another example of them playing really sound baseball.
Waddle, they showed on the replay the controlled swing on it too. Like it wasn't a full swing. It was just get it up in the air and get it out into the outfield and allow Dansby to come home.
Yeah.
Smart baseball.
Yes. It's been the hallmark of this team. It really has. And listen, if your bullpen pitches like that, I mean, you can do whatever you really want to do. I mean, the only team in the National League that would scare me if I was a Cubs fan, and again, you got to be at the top of your game, would be the Phillies. I think everybody else has got warts, as do the Cubs. But the one team, I don't know how you guys feel, the one team that I would say, if I was a Cub fan, that I would be most concerned with would be the Phillies. It wouldn't be the Brewers. I think they've played well against the Brewers this year, haven't they? And, they're comparable teams with regard to they're smart. They run the bases well. They play good defense. I think the Cubs have bigger bats. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm still focused on the Padres, though.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jack. I mean, you got
the Padres.
Yeah, Jack's still worried about the Padres, and I don't blame you. I mean, you could go out there tomorrow and Shota could give up a handful of home runs, and then that's the key too with the Padres, because their bullpen. I mean, normally the stories about their bullpen, the game plan is to try to get a lead early, because that if they get a lead, they're going to their pen quickly, and it's really hard to scratch runs off against them.
Well, they only pitched Mason Miller 1 inning, which surprised me. I thought when he came in that their plan for him would be to use him in the 7th, use him in the 8th, and they would only play the bottom of the ninth had they taken the lead. So I figured when you put Mason Miller in, you pitch him in the 7th, you pitch him in the 8th, and then you wait until you get to the bottom of the 9th. And if you would get to the bottom of the 9th, then you pitch Mason Miller in the bottom of the 9th and have him throw 3 full innings. They didn't do that. They pulled him after 1 inning, which I'm going to guess is to save his arm so he can pitch all 3 games of this series. I was definitely surprised by that. Their bullpen's scary. Still, even though the Cubs scratched a run off of them, that is one scary back end of the bullpen. Miller looked unhittable. And if they let him stretch out, especially now that they saved him a little bit and he only threw, 12 pitches in this game, that's a guy I don't want to see for multiple innings. You kind of have to lock down your runs by the 6th or 7th inning, or else you're not getting any more against that guy.
What'd you guys make of Tucker and PCA going 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts? Not great.
I thought they looked like the August versions of themselves. PCA was just a mess at the plate. Obviously played good defense as he always does. But didn't you say Jack 0 for 3 with 3 Ks? And
0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
A couple of the strikeouts were just, especially against Miller, way overmatched. And look, I mean, Tucker's probably not close to being 100%, but look, Shota's now, Seiya's now homered in 5 straight games. So he's gotten hot at the right time. But you're right, Chris. Like, to think that they can make a deep run in the postseason without the contributions of PCA and Tucker that's being pretty presumptuous.
Yeah.
So, you having a cold beverage out there on the outside watching?
No, not yet. I'm about to give Gus the Golden Doodle a bath, so he's not thrilled about it. Yeah,
really.
He's out here waiting.
Does he get the bath outside or inside?
No, we're gonna go inside, but he likes to sit out here and watch the neighborhood. He likes to survey what's going on out here. So we're facing Wrigley Field. I'm pretty far away from it, but the direction is where we're facing right now.
Can you hear it? Can you hear the noise?
No, but if when there's a concert, we can hear the music.
Yeah. Sometimes
if there's concerts at night. Yeah.
Busy as when he came in this morning when he went back.
Yeah,
home.
I mean the city, the north side and Waddle. I was telling Jack this earlier. Like the north side all day was amped. Like when I went out for a run this morning, there were people dressed in Cubs gear. You could tell that there was like a vibe in the city, and there was a playoff game today, and it was just a different kind of attitude. So
which is great.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, Jack, you said yesterday how excited you were because it's the first time, obviously, there's been a playoff game in the city. And how long? 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years. Since the Sky played back and then the Bulls played back in that same year in 2022. There hasn't been a playoff game in the city since.
Well, it delivered. You were poised for excitement. You got excitement.
There was a caller today on Carmen and Yurko, and I forget what his name was, which I'm upset because it was a great call. He gave us a trivia question. He said since 2017, when the Cubs were in the NLCS, how many, and let's see if you guys can answer this, how many playoff games have the Chicago sports teams won since 2017? 2017, when the Cubs were in the NLCS, October of 2017.
Well, the Cubs haven't won anything because in the COVID year, they got beat twice by the Marlins, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Did the
Bears didn't win anything?
Did the White Sox win one game in that series against? Did they play Oakland?
I think the White Sox. So I'm gonna go with one.
It was four games. So I believe the Bulls had a win in there. I think.
Against Milwaukee. It was a gentleman's sweep. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the Blackhawks might have had a win in there too. I don't remember exactly where the teams were, but there was 4. And then he gave the stat for Dallas. How many wins has Dallas's teams had in the playoffs since 2017? And the answer was 96. Wins in the playoffs for Dallas.
The Stars. If you're counting the Rangers have made a run to the World Series. The Mavericks, obviously.
Yeah.
They've won a lot of playoff games.
Exactly.
Not the Cowboys, but
which it just shows the discrepancy of how much we've been starved compared to some of the other big cities. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'd love to see Carm said it on the air today. I'd love to see Boston. I'd love to see New York. All those teams have more playoff wins than Chicago's had.
Well, if your team continues, especially your bullpen pitches like they did today collectively, you're going to see more wins. You know, and that I don't know who are the Padres throwing tomorrow.
So the Padres have Cease tomorrow. It's going to go Cease and then Darvish in Game 3 is what they have projected right now. So I'm not too scared of Dylan Cease. And Darvish, we know, is up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm not too concerned about those two guys. They're just not going to, they probably won't get a third time through the order because the Padres are going to be in do or die mode now. And Mason Miller is going to throw 2.5 innings or 2 1/3 innings or 3 innings if he needs to throw that many. So they're going to be in do or die mode now. So I think Cease will probably give you 5 innings and then they'll turn it over to the pen.
Waddle, are you nervous for tonight? Reds Dodgers?
Chris, I have really no expectations because I'm shocked that
you snuck in.
I'm shocked that the Reds got in to begin with. I feel like a stinky Reds fan because I'm celebrating the fact that the Mets lost, and that's the reason why the Reds got in on Sunday. But yeah, I'm a diehard Reds fan, so I'll be up late tonight watching them take on. I believe it's Hunter Green throwing for the Reds, and who is it? A couple of Cy Youngs. Who's one of the Dodgers? I forget who it is.
Blake Snell's going tonight.
Yeah, Blake Snell's going to pitch tonight. So we'll see. You know, I mean, it's a tough matchup. It's, you know, the Dodgers should pound the Reds, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
I mean, these series are so short that if you can surprise them tonight, I mean, like that's kind of why the wild card round is so much fun because the Dodgers are supposed to be the team. They spend all the money. They have all these great players. The Reds sneak into the playoffs. If they can just pull off an upset tonight, it could throw everything completely haywire.
Yeah. Baseball's a funny beast, you know. I mean, when you get to the postseason, anything can happen. So you get a couple of good, and the Reds can pitch. You know, Hunter Green is very good. Abbott's a really good pitcher. I mean, they can pitch. So if they can keep the Dodger bats quiet, I think that, you know, it may be an exciting game tonight. But yeah, I think it's just great to have some winning going on in the city of Chicago, you know, piggybacking from the Bears beating the Raiders this weekend, and then see how electric it was up on the north side, and then see the Cubs come away, play really good ball and win that game. The city needed it. I think the city needed the Bears win. I think everybody needed to see them win twice. And I think everybody up on the north side felt really good about their team, but maybe a little uneasy. I think this kind of re-energizes Cubs fans, probably makes you feel, you know, reinforces your confidence in them. Don't you feel, Jack, like you may have been,
100%.
May have been puffing your chest out saying, oh, I feel great about my team. But based on how they had played at times in the second half, my guess is that you were a little bit, you know, you were questioning what you were going to see today.
Yeah, I mean, and I was like that for the first 4 innings of this game until they were finally able to break through with a couple of home runs because you look at it and Pavetta's shutting them down, and you know once you get to the bullpen, you're getting maybe 1 run if you're lucky. So, yeah, I was like that for 4 innings today. I'm like, here we go again. Cubs are going to lose 1-0 because this is what their offense does. It turns it off, and it turns it on like it's a water spout, and it's just not their day today, so they weren't going to win. But the pitching stepped up. So that gives me all the confidence in the world because I know the offense didn't play as well as it could play. Oh, PCA and Kyle Tucker, while they have had slumps, their true ability is not 0 for 3, 0 for 4 players. I believe they're a lot better than that. So you get them to start hitting and the pitching's going. Yeah, this team's ceiling is sky high. So I'm way over the moon. This has been like the 3 best days of Chicago sports that we've had in years.
That tells you how low the bar is, Chris. That tells you how low the bar is.
It just sounds so ridiculous to listen to Jack be like, it's the 3 best days in sports we've had.
Is it not, though?
A while.
Can you name 3 better days in Chicago sports in the past 5 years?
Wow.
There's no playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, like the good days have been celebrating like a new coaching hire or a draft pick. Like it is fun to celebrate actual games that are taking place. That's
what did you guys think of Schultz's decision to actually walk Bush to get to Nico? Believe there was a runner on second with an open bag, right? It was the 8th inning. They walked Bush to get to Nico. Thinking of why would you walk? As good as Bush has been, you're walking someone to face a guy who was second or third in the National League in batting average and is hit with runners in scoring position as well as anybody in the league as well. But yet they decided to put somebody on. And then you got the wild pitch, which then was fortuitous. But I saw Cap was tweeting that he loves to sit back and watch people make really stupid baseball decisions. I didn't think it was that bad of a decision. And again, if you're the Padres, you had a right-handed pitcher on the mound, right? Pitching to a lefty and Bush, you walk him. Now I got to force at third and at second, and I got a righty-righty matchup, albeit with Nico Hoerner. What did you make of that?
I think it was the right decision. I don't hate the decision because wind's blowing in. So Nico's got a little bit of pop, but usually wind blowing in, Nico's not going to get the ball out of the yard very often. So you take away the power aspect that Bush has. If the wild pitch doesn't happen, you have the force out's in play, as you said, and the sac fly's not in play. So you trust your reliever there to get 2 outs and make 2 outs with a double play in order I think you just trust the reliever there with the double play in order and guys on first and second. The wild pitch is what kills you. That's a good decision if the wild pitch doesn't happen, because then they get out of the inning and you're going into the 9th in a 1-run game. But the wild pitch is what wound up doing them in because it moved the runners up.
Yeah. A tactical, that's Cap being Cap on Twitter, on social media, pointing the finger at somebody.
Just yelling at people. It's what he does best, right?
Well, who else from the station went to the game? I know Tyler went today. I know Sylvie went today. Danny went today.
Pottinger was there. Justin Pottinger. He went with his dad. He was posting pictures.
I think Chardog was there.
He was too. I saw pictures from him too.
Yeah.
And
is everyone going tomorrow?
I'll be going tomorrow.
Stop by Yaxie's.
I'm going to Yaxie's to work with you guys, and then as soon as our broadcast ends, I'm hopping over there to the game.
My guess is you guys are going to have like a mob of people there.
Yeah. It's going to be an awesome time.
It's going to be crazy.
We'll be drinking Yinglings, Flight by Yingling, and we'll be getting ready for the game. Can't wait.
So do you guys think sorry, I'm changing subject.
No, I was going to say, and Abdallah being Mr. Baseball, I'm thinking he's, breathless right now.
Oh, sure. I'm sure.
Do you guys think they try to pitch Boyd in game, possibly, if they win this series? They'll try now that Boyd only pitched 58 pitches to maybe throw him. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Pitch him on short rest to go Saturday in game 1 rather than hold him for game 2 at this point now that he only threw.
Whoa, Jack. Why don't you get through this series first, bro?
I said that. I said assuming you get there, but he only threw 58 pitches, which for these guys can be in a bit of a extended bullpen day.
Okay, Jack, how many starters are you using here in the playoffs?
So for this series, 3, and then you probably only want to use 4. I think the question is going to be, do you put Cade Horton on that LDS roster if you get there?
Right.
Because if you're putting him on for game 5, then I think you're going to put 4 other starters on anyways. Then you're carrying the whole rotation.
Hey, Jonathan. To answer your question, if you don't start Boyd game 1, who are you starting then?
If you don't start Boyd game 1, you're probably going to have to start. Well, so if you get out in 2, you'd start Tyone in game 1 probably, and if not, I think you're looking at maybe a Colin Ray or an Assad or something like that in game 1.
Jonathan, Jack's already organizing the starting lineup, the starting pitchers, the rotation for the next series. He's already beyond.
I asked the question.
My God. Can you just wait for game 2? Oh, these kids. I tell you.
Was a pretty impressive performance.
These kids. I'll just tell you, Jack, that as far as today, it really was. was really happy for Boyd. We talked about it this morning about Boyd, how emotional that he was, and that he was able to get the ball for game number 1, and he pitched well. But the narrative was that San Diego's bullpen was going to be completely dominant. Well, the Cubs showed how dominant their bullpen was to shut down the San Diego bats. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Look who it is. It's David Kaplan.
That was a hell of a win, man. That is a bullpen doing the job, and that is finding a way to win a baseball game. Take that.
That's excellent. Yes. Jonathan, how do you sit next to a guy with that great baseball acumen like that?
Well, first of all, Craig Counsell screwed up. Why are you not bunting with Ian Happ with first and second? That's 1. 2, Mike Schilt, you're a moron. Why are you walking Michael Busch to get to the guy who leads the National League in batting average with men in scoring position? To get to Nico Horner? Oh, come on. That was one of the most idiotic decisions I've seen in a long time. And you got a guy who throws 101 but likes to bury sliders in the low 90s. Oh, shocking. It went to the backstop and moved everybody up. That was idiotic managing.
Yeah, Jack and I had this conversation earlier. I understand why they did what they did. You had a right-handed pitcher. You wanted him to face a right-handed hitter. You had a force out at third and at second. I don't think it was the idiot move that you think. I mean, Nico Horner's had a really good year, Cap. But Jesus, I mean, come on. I mean, you're talking about him like he's Reggie Jackson.
He's hitting 371 with men in scoring position. He leads the National League. He's second in all of baseball. That was dumb baseball. I would never, ever, ever have done that.
Yeah. Jack, would you like to respond to it?
I told Jack and Hoodie this morning, that kid, Nico Horner's your MVP.
Well, you're not gonna get any reaction from Jack on that. Jack thinks the same.
No, that's okay. I was just thinking, the wild pitch happens, but you don't expect your bullpen pitcher to throw a wild pitch. You put the double play in order, and if everything goes to plan and you don't throw the wild pitch, the Padres are out of that inning.
Really, because the Cubs hitting the fewest double plays of any team in Major League Baseball this year. Dumb managing. Thank you, Mike Schilt.
It wasn't even necessary. Shay, you're basking in the glory of a Detroit Tigers win today?
I don't know about basking in the glory. It would help if they could hit for anything to help out their ace, but brilliant performance by Skubal. I just wanted Jack's thoughts. You guys were just talking about it. Jack's thoughts on Schilt walking Busch to pitch to a future Hall of Famer.
Can I say? Got a sack flying. I'll take it. No, I actually thought it was the right move to walk him in that situation. The way Busch is hitting.
Well, you're one of the few, Jack.
I thought it was silly to walk him. Honestly, too, I wanted to say one of my favorite decisions in the game was Counsell going to Palencia early. The stones it took for that, but knowing when to pull the plug on Boyd and going to your best arm for multiple outs, that's playoff baseball. That's how you manage.
Yeah, it was I loved it. And the kid threw, 17 pitches in an inning and 2/3? Phenomenal. Absolutely. Awesome. He was outstanding. Good for him. That was super cool to see.
The stones on Palencia and Kittredge to come into that game and pitch the way that they did. That was excellent.
Yep, absolutely. And look, it's one day. You could absolutely lose tomorrow. But Jed Hoyer's sitting there going, my bullpen moves look pretty good today.
Oh, who's that? Who's got the fire alarm going?
That's not me. That might be Chris. He's outside.
Yeah. It's definitely me. Here, I'll mute myself.
No, I thought also, like, I know you were taking a shot at Counsell as well, Cap, but I thought, it's an outcome-related business too. Like, all these moves look like they were fantastic because guys stepped in and they did their jobs. They were perfect. They got 11 of 11 guys out. I thought Counsell had a really good day as well. I thought he knew when to make whatever move was necessary, and the guys delivered. I mean, there was not even a single runner. There wasn't a hit nor a walk. And obviously there was no errors, but like that bullpen was perfect. It was pretty much a perfect game if you're a Cub fan.
You know what? The home run by Seiya ties a Cubs franchise record if you take postseason and regular season. 5 consecutive games with a home run. 5. I mean, pretty amazing. And then Carson Kelly, who I watched do his post-game hit with Jesse, that's the first playoff game he's ever played in, and he's been on 2 teams that went to playoff baseball, and they left him off the roster. So that was a super cool moment for him as well. What'd you think, Hoodrow?
No, I just thought it was
You're
great.
muted.
I said
There you
this
go.
morning I felt like the Cubs had the edge over the Padres because the Padres are so hot and cold. Because the Padres are so hot and cold. So I just think that it was a great game for the Cubs. Whose bullpen was better? It was the Cubs bullpen. Palencia coming out of nowhere, coming in early, shutting him down. Nothing but fastballs against the Padres offense.
I will tell you, Mason Miller, that guy is insane.
Dirty.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I mean, he made the strikeout he had at PCA was just that was one of those you're a major league pitcher facing a high school batter at that point.
Yeah.
You know, not to take too much of a shot at PCA because a lot of guys have looked bad facing Miller, but that was a clinic he was putting on.
Oh, my God. 103. I mean, that guy's ridiculous.
The one thing too with him is now that they're in an elimination situation, we know he can go multiple innings too. So they might not be afraid to pitch him 1, 2, 3 innings for Mason Miller coming up here.
Yeah.
So the one decision we were talking about it earlier that the Padres made, which I had more of an issue with than the walking of Bush, was bunting your number 4 hitter with a man on first with nobody out in the 4th inning. I understand they play small ball. They don't hit a ton of home runs. I think they said they're 28th in home runs this year. But that seemed a little bit early in the game to sacrifice an out to move someone to second base. Am I wrong?
Tommy, what were Machado squared up to bunt in that same inning and at bat before? I'm like, what are you doing with Manny Machado squaring up for a bunt?
Yeah.
By the way, if you leave the bullpen to the side, they're the MVP of today. Dansby Swanson can't be far behind. He made
was
2
excellent.
sensational plays
He was
defensively.
That one over the shoulder running to the outfield, that was a pretty sick catch.
Sick. And the other one was like 112 miles an hour, and he made the play.
Yeah.
Dansby was excellent today. Oh, look at
Oh, Jesse!
Hey there,
What's up,
buddy.
fellas?
Nice job today, Jess. You were outstanding.
Yes.
Look great.
I hit
Yes.
one of those home runs, Cap. You like that? My swing?
Did you get to take that in?
I did not get to take that. I almost did. I was about to send it back to Kevin Brown, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I should have said it to Craig during my interview.
Take that.
Take that, Craig. But they were down 1-0. That was exciting, though, man. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Electric.
I mean, just when you thought Nick Pivetta was going to shove it up there, you know what? Boom, boom.
I was going to ask you, Jess, what was most surprising to you? Was it that Seiya's been hot, obviously, but was it that somebody did connect against Pivetta, or was it that their bullpen was perfect, including Palencia in probably the biggest moment of his young career?
Yeah, I just asked counsel down underneath. I thought maybe this would make a great storyline if he purposely brought in Palencia when the shadows were coming over, because that's exactly when it happened. And, I mean, the Padres had no chance.
Yeah.
Even Carson Kelly told me against Mason Miller when the shadows were there, no chance. Craig said it wasn't on purpose. Just that's when they decided to bring Palencia in. But it could not have worked out more perfect than that.
Yeah, I thought his comment, Carson Kelly's comment to you when he said half the time I'm out there with Palencia, I'm playing hockey goalie.
Right, that was great.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. What a pickup he's been. I mean, think about all those games he helped them win early, and then this one today. I mean, catchers, we the signing, you don't even think about it. He's, by the way, right here with his family, right above me. So, I mean, what a pickup he's been.
Jess, did they actually talk about why they didn't bunt with Ian Happ?
Nah, not much. I mean, they eventually did later, right? And it worked. You bunt, you walk Bush intentionally, wild pitch, and then Horner. I mean, eventually it did work. I don't know why they didn't earlier. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. But I like the fact that they did it eventually. and you put the pressure on the defense, and it worked. They scored that insurance run.
Yeah, I would have bunted there. And I
Yeah.
think, but Hoodie, would you have bunted there?
What inning, Cap, we're talking about? Late?
The one with Ian Happ. I think that was what?
7th or 8th.
Yeah.
Cap,
Yeah,
I would have bunted there too.
Yeah. I would have bunted in that spot.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. 100%.
Cap, I think that all this stuff, the analytics, it's great for 162. You make the decisions you make. But once you get to October, you just got to find ways to score runs. All that trash goes out the window. You live and die with your best players, and you
That's
score
it.
any way you can. If you got to move runners over with a sacrifice, you do it.
Yeah, a buddy of mine who used to be a pitching coach texted me during the game how excited it was. He goes, I'm super happy for all the Cub fans. And he said, let me just tell you something. He goes, I was in that league for a long, long time. I played. I was a pitching coach. He said exactly what Shea just said. He goes, we throw out every single one of our metrics and analytics. It's just this guy can get that guy. This guy can get that guy. We're playing for one run. He said it's a totally different game.
Breaking news. Okay, the Cubs are going to throw a curveball at the Padres. Andrew Kittredge is going to open tomorrow's game, and then they'll go to Shota Imanaga. Andrew Kittredge is going to be the opener. They just announced it. So a little bit of a different look. He pitched today. He's going to open tomorrow. Won't be available later, but we'll see. I mean, they've been talking about this.
Jesse, that ain't baseball.
Wow.
That's not playoff baseball.
It's
You know
different.
You know what I'm saying now. You want to have your best against your best. Now, listen, that's fine in May and June. Okay, you want to do that, but that ain't baseball. You line up with your best. Imanaga, for all that he's given, if he can't be able to start the game, that's tough.
Hoodrow,
Hopefully he'll adjust.
Shota Imanaga, the last month, a 7.20 first inning ERA.
That's this year.
Oh, this year. 7.20
Okay.
ERA this year in the first inning.
What happens if
do
he
it.
gets blown up in the second inning, Cap?
Hey, Cap,
What's
you
the
don't,
difference?
yeah, Cap,
the
you don't need
matter?
any help. Just go ahead and bark it out. What are you getting? I don't have an assistant here. No one's telling me anything. I'm just going right straight through.
It's
no
Guff.
assistants.
Shout out to Guff.
Shout out, Guff.
Assistants.
What happens if Kittredge gets blown up?
What do you need? 7.20 ERA this year in the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the move. I mean, Shota will pitch second inning to the 6th instead of first to the 5th. Like, I don't have a problem. Just get the outs. Get the outs. I don't have a problem. Now,
That's
okay,
it.
I would have a problem if Shota is off his routine. Like, if we find out he can't warm up in the bullpen the same way, that's a different story.
Okay,
But,
that's insane. Just
right. It's the
stack outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
ask Ben McDonald whether or not that's baseball. He'd be against it.
Yeah,
ask the
he would be.
folksy Ben McDonald. He'd tell you that
Folksy is the
ain't right.
perfect word. Wow. We got the Orioles broadcast crew.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd like that. He'd take the ball. Tell you that.
You're right. It is different. It is
Yeah, it
different.
is.
Doesn't mean it won't work, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, it's what we talked about this morning, Jess. Like with the Padres, water off, water on. There's no in between with them.
no.
Either they're
you're
going,
right.
either they hammer the baseball or it's just done. And so, yeah, hats off to the Cubs. Boyd starting it off and then having the closer in there to be able to shut them down. They had no shot. And I've seen that a lot with the Padres this year. So not a
Yeah.
surprise. One
It's a
more.
hell of a win, man. It was
Yeah.
super cool. And Shay, your guy, Scooble, 14 punchies. He is ridiculously good.
That was unbelievable. And if that team doesn't give him a blank check, they'll deserve everything that comes to them. For
If he gets the free agency, I listened to a great interview with the Waddle and Sylvie show, and he said my favorite city to pitch in other than Detroit is Chicago. Did he not tell you that, Tommy?
I think he did. Yeah,
You sure
I
did.
Pay attention to my own show, so I'll
Oh,
take your word for it.
That's right, Tommy.
Take your word for it. No, he was a nice guy. Did Ramirez make a? Who was on third base?
It was Jose. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the contact play. It was the same thing the Cubs have done all year with Ian Happ.
Yeah.
Contact play, soft tapper down the line. Jose, or rather up the middle back to the pitcher. Jose got trapped between the two. That was
Yeah.
the ball game.
I thought Machado was going to on the ball that Dansby caught, like running back to the outfield. I thought Machado was going to at least tag and come. I thought, or was it? I'm trying to think where it was. The heart. I thought he would. I thought wasn't it Machado on third base for that when Dansby's got to go back and catch the ball. I thought there may be a chance that he would try to score.
Yeah, I think he would have been gunned out.
But how about this, Jesse? The dandy little glove man, as we talked about this morning. How about Swanson? Worth every dollar defensively. It's the little things sometimes in playoff games. Swanson, nice job today.
I guarantee you PCA showed up on SportsCenter three times as much as Swanson, but Swanson's every bit as good. It's just not flashy, but it's just solid.
Speaking of PCA, are him and Tucker going to plan on making contact at some point?
It's a good question. And that's why, running into a couple home runs is the best way to win a playoff game, because it's hard to string hits together. Your stars don't always show up. Like, they ran into a couple home runs and they won. Tomorrow could be the opposite. But you're right, Shay. Those guys got to get going.
Super cool, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're a Cubs fan, you've got to be thrilled at how they won that game. I mean, you got a good start. You had a bullpen that went 11, faced 11 batters, got them all out. You got a couple of big flies. You played great defense. That's how you win playoff games, right?
Super cool, man. Super cool.
And Shay, you're right. When you're taking on the best of the best at the start of a rotation, you want to. This is an old baseball axiom, but it is true. You want to be able to get to the best early innings if you can. But if that means small ball, do what you got to do to be able to get on the board. And the Cubs were able to do that.
Playoff baseball is best on best, man. Like, you don't see those back end of the bullpen pitchers that used to get through 162 anymore. It's best on best. So if you got to lay something down and move someone over to score runs, you just do it. I thought just rely on the 162 strategy.
I thought it gave the Cubs a huge momentum when the Padres had a runner on third with one out twice, and they were able to get out because of Dansby's quality plays. It takes the wind out of the sail of a team.
Yeah.
And the second inning was huge, leaving it at just one run. That's the difference.
And the line shot at Matt Shaw in the first inning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. It's fun, man. And so now it's Cease tomorrow for the Padres.
Cease against Kittredge in the Imanaga.
Okay, well, and Jesse, Cease, as I've been watching, very hittable. Very hittable. He's regressed somehow, Jess, from the time where, like, early days of the White Sox. Yeah. He's got great stuff, but he has not pitched well. The Cubs can take advantage tomorrow.
It hasn't been as crisp, but now he can still light it up, though. He has it in him. He just hasn't done it often. So which Cease shows up, you don't know, but you expect a better one because it's the playoffs. But the Padres, backs are against the wall. This is shaping up. We're 24 hours away from maybe Brewers Cubs coming up this weekend, which would be insane.
Hey, can I ask a poll question to you guys? We've been having this debate today. If I told you right now today you could trade Cade Horton to the Red Sox for Garrett Crochet, would you do it?
Yeah, I would.
I would, yeah.
I would not.
Well, there you go. No surprise.
So why ask us the question? Because you're going to tell us you're right.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm simply asking the question there. Tommy.
I would.
Jesse, would you?
Boy, it's so tough. That's tough.
Jesse, come on. You know the answer. Crochet's been a hoss.
I love
200 innings this year.
You don't have to answer that question, Jesse. You're ABC 7's Jesse Rogers, so you don't have to answer that.
I can answer it. I think Cade's an ace in the making. I think Cade's an ace in the making. So, it's ace for ace in my mind, but he's not there yet.
Right, but I've got 6 more years of team control of a guy who I think is going to be every bit as good.
Didn't the Red Sox just extend Crochet? Am I getting that contract back? I'd do it.
They did extend it.
Yeah, he's like 6'180".
Yeah, correct.
What are they saying about Horton?
Jesse, that would be a question for you.
Horton?
Yeah.
I was going to ask him post-game here, but I'll ask him tomorrow. Hopeful for next series, late next series, but probably more like the NLCS. That's my guess. That's going to take a little more time to heal than just a few days. But I'll ask him tomorrow, report back.
Let us know and drop a take that tomorrow, Jesse.
I
You're
will.
better than that.
I will do my best. I'm gonna jump off. I got to write, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully, talking about a series win.
We'll call you in the morning.
You got it.
All right, talk to you in the morning. And tomorrow is a Waddle Wednesday, right, Hoodrow?
Is exactly right. Of course, Jesse's report is brought to you by the fine folks over at Atomatic. Jesse, all right, Cap, tell them about Atomatic. Go ahead.
Making people comfortable since 1945. Atomatic.com.
Thank you,
I
Shane.
make sure my grandson
No
is
problem, Woody. I got you.
attacking my dog.
Who's attacking your dog? What happened?
My 1-year-old grandson is out there trying to attack my dog.
Wow.
Hoodie,
Just like Grant.
it's like romper room around here.
And you're right in the middle of it all.
It is. It's
All right, I'm going to run, gentlemen. Have a wonderful evening.
See you, boys.
I'll see you tonight, Tommy.
Okay.
I'm also taking off. I got to get dinner going for the wife. I was just going to tell Tommy good luck, and then he left.
Well, don't worry about it. Now, let's talk about the real stuff. Tigers game 2. Now, let's break it down. What do you think?
I told you. I think I told you. I told Cap. I bet Tigers in 2. Cleveland cannot keep doing this, and I think Cleveland. They used everything to get here, and for the Tigers, it was relief. And now you saw one go through the hoop. Come out, play loose tomorrow. You win the series. After that, who knows? But I'm pretty confident they'll win tomorrow.
We can get some tickets if you want to go tomorrow because I saw some empty seats up top.
Jesus,
I think that's
you aren't
surprised
kidding.
Cleveland fans.
I thought I was watching a minor league game. I'm like, how is this possible? You guys just had the miracle run of all miracle runs, and you can't take work off to get to the game? It was unbelievable. The whole left field bleachers, it was empty at the top.
Yeah. I mean, a big game, and I think it's surprised Cleveland fans like, oh shit, there's a game?
Yeah, they
I
forgot.
can't get off of work. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
exactly right. They forgot.
Well, folks, don't forget to tune in to ESPN 1000 and, of course, the ESPN Chicago app because we'll have coverage of Game 2 all day. And don't forget, on ESPN Chicago, right there on ESPN 1000, you could be able to hear Game 2 of this series between the Cubs and the Padres. All right, for Shane Orling, this is Jonathan Hood. Thanks so much for checking out our live stream and our coverage of Game 1 right here on ESPN Chicago. So long, everybody.
Thank you for